Greetings and welcome to Beyond the Gram podcast. I'm your host, Keisha Davis. Here we spotlight trailblazing individuals within the world of hair and beauty. Today's guest is Klerissa McDonald. She's a hairstylist, hair coach, and also the creator of an amazing brand called Curly by Nature. Klerissa, welcome to the podcast. How are you?
I am blessed and highly favored. Thank you so much for inviting me and for having me.
Amazing, amazing. Sorry, I missed that. What did you say?
I said I'm happy to be here.
Yay, awesome, awesome. Thank you so much. I know we've been trying to make this happen for a minute, but we got there in the end. And Klerissa and I worked on a project recently, actually. Klerissa recently hosted like a masterclass and a brunch for an amazing bunch of like influencers, hairstylists and journalists. And I helped with the publicity and the press materials. And I have to say you were one of the most kind of calm, sweet-natured individuals to work with. So it's a pleasure to have you on here to share your amazing journey so far.
Thank you so much. It was a lovely working with you as well.
Oh, thank you so much. And I think you're one of the reasons why I started this. I really wanted to showcase and promote individuals who are on their journey, whatever that looks like. And you're a prime example of someone who, is bootstrapping her way to like business success. And I think you show the reality of what that looks like. So I'm really excited to share all you've achieved so far with the listeners and viewers out there. But before we get into that, I want to start from the beginning because most of the hairdressers who I've interviewed over the years, they always have kind of a similar origin story. Is they found out they had a passion for hairdressing. They used to do their brothers or sisters' hair or their friends in the playground. Can you tell us a bit about your story? How did you get started as a hairstylist?
No, it's pretty similar. I was really intrigued by my mother. My mother was really talented, and she used to do not just my hair, my family's hair, but friends as well. So from just being eager to learn and watch, I was intrigued and I practiced and developed my skills from a really early age. I think I was around 8 years old when I started, like I was in charge of doing my own hair. I would go to school with styles that I did at home. And I remember my teachers looking at me like thinking, oh, how sweet. Because I remember doing like a style with like two at the front and then braided. And I just remember other people's reaction from what I would do for my own hair, and I enjoyed it. Yeah,
that's amazing. That's why I think it really is like a gift, a God's gift, because I'm at the age of like 50 plus, still can't do hair, right? And you at the age of 8 are doing like intricate hairstyles in the playground and showing them off at school. I absolutely love that. So did you have any formal training, or are you more like a self-taught stylist?
yes, I was self-taught. At the age of 14, I had developed a portfolio of all my friends and families who actually paid me money to do their hair. So I had a portfolio, and I went to different stylists and hairdressers and salons in London and started working professionally. So I'm professionally trained as well. I've worked in several salons around London. Adornment 365 was one of them, where I was trained in management by Margot, who heads that up. Amazing experience, but I've been at several other professional places where I've been trained, but also I haven't actually qualified as a hairdresser at the time when I was looking for places to study. The curriculum, in my opinion, wasn't really attractive. And there were lots of gaps in skills. I understand now that they just teach the foundations, but I really had some basic foundations. I have been qualified in cosmetic sciences because I found that was an area that I can fill in the gaps in terms of the physiology of the hair, of the human body, and also products and making up, like really studying the chemistry of the products that we put onto our skin and onto our bodies as well. So Essentially, I'm not a qualified hairdresser, but
Right.
I'm professionally trained and self-taught.
Yeah.
Um, but I am a qualified
Your your cosmetic
homemaker.
science. Yeah. So that's amazing. Amazing. So okay, so you're working at the salons, and I love Margot from Adornment 360. I think she's such a like incredible woman, a great
It really
fountain of
is.
knowledge
Yeah.
and stuff. So how long were you at that salon for?
Gosh, that's a good question.
Yeah.
Um, I don't actually remember the amount of time that I was working at the salon. Probably around a year or so. But
Okay.
I was working with Margot before that, so I actually approached her to be my mentor in this industry, because I find that it's really important to have a guide and like someone that can sort of show you the ropes, etc. And I was really passionate about it, so I was bold and asked her. She was really
Amazing.
warm and welcoming, and even today I can ask her anything if I wanted to. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So then when did you get the idea? When was the germ of the idea for Curly by Nature planted in you? Because yeah, we and you've been around for 10 years, I know, or 10 plus years, 11
So
years?
I um
Brand.
I started Curly by Nature in 2013. So essentially, when I started Curly by Nature in 2013, um, that was about 11 years ago. I
Mm.
had already been doing hair for maybe like 15 years or so,
Okay.
coming up to 20. I know I look really young, but
You do
I've been
indeed.
doing it for a minute, yeah. So I remember the moment that I conceptualized it. It was actually a long time before that. Remembering that I think there was different events actually that happened. I think the first one was being in the hair shop and the retailer couldn't help me. I remember going
Mm.
to a stylist who was misinformed about the products that they were using, telling me that a chemical relaxer is different to a texturizer, which
Mm.
it slightly is, but it's essentially the same ingredient. So
Yeah.
she ruined my hair completely, and she was extremely popular at the time.
Ah,
So I lost a lot of trust in professionals. I lost a lot of trust in like people in the industry, and then also in going to shops, because I was struggling to deal with some hair loss that I was having at the time. I'm not sure why it was happening. Nobody could really help me, and so that's what led me down, I suppose, this route.
yeah.
In addition to, I remember there was a brand that I loved and they changed their name. And I came to realize that because in 2013, the regulation had changed, they could no longer say that they were organic. Then their
Right.
name was organic something.
Right.
And
Yeah.
I'm saying something because I just don't want to say what the brand is. I mean,
Yeah.
it's,
Yeah.
yeah, so it was they changed it to letters, and I was like, wow, they can legally do that, but it's so misleading,
Yeah.
um, and extremely disrespectful in my opinion. So I was like, I can't rely on other people to
Mm.
or other brands to be making products and advising me if they're not really doing it. They're just mainly for profit rather than
Yeah.
to actually truly help and um, give me the solution that I need.
Yeah.
So I just felt like I needed to create it myself. And
Amazing.
with the knowledge that I had, I just went on a mission to
Yeah.
Art Kelly by Nature. And I hope that wasn't, too long-winded, but I think it was
No.
important to say those specific stories,
Yeah.
because that's the truth. That's why I'm
Yeah.
here.
That's so impressive. So, because again, this is quite a common thread among founders of natural hair products. It was
Hmm.
always there was a need. I needed to treat either my own hair or my child's hair, and I just wasn't satisfied with what was available to me. I didn't trust as well these mass produced products that
Yeah,
will tell you one thing and behind the scenes there's something else going on. So,
literally.
what was your initial, I don't know, what was your initial distribution like? Was you kind of concocting stuff away in your kitchen and just sharing products with friends and family and asking for feedback? What was the process like from that conception of an idea to bringing it out to market?
Yeah, no, from the beginning, I didn't want to just make stuff in the kitchen because I didn't know exactly what I was doing. So I went
Mm,
and again got support, got help, and I went down the professional route, getting a cosmetic scientist to support me in making products. Um, in relation to it being like idea to concept, it is first of all understanding what the problem is, like what function do you want, like what is this new product going to be like, how is it going to be different, and understanding like or benchmarking against other products or the result that
yeah.
you really want to achieve, and then researching ingredients of key active ingredients of what you really need in that specific product, um, and then experimenting and also designing it as well. I actually got pictures, and I can probably send it to you, of sketches that I put together with like arrows pointing to different ingredients that I think needs to be in this as a key ingredient, etc. Especially at the time, um, the there was so much different ingredients that people that brands were using that were, in my opinion, not necessary. Like they just made it look good or feel good or
Mm,
smell good. Um, and I wanted to eliminate all of that. I just wanted to have, functional ingredients in the products that actually worked and did something, not for it to just smell nice. So those are things that you have to consider, and then you have to experiment. So there was a lot of going back and forth at the beginning when I was working with other cosmetic scientists. Um, and then eventually we got to a point where I said, okay, this is it. And then it was another mission to take it to market. I was in the beginning doing stalls, lots of in-person type activities. And then
yeah,
I launched my website as well after that. Um,
amazing.
yeah.
And do you feel as well, when you talk about selling your products on stalls, and there seemed to be at that time a lot of events to support natural hair, right? There was like Curvolution and
Yeah, I was
you
there.
was,
I said
you
there.
there?
Yeah, I was at Kelvin. I think all of the events that were happening, I was at. Like I
Yeah,
was there. Yeah. So, and I think
yeah,
it was such a much more supportive time. I think now we're in a different time where you really need to be online,
yeah,
um, especially
true.
with COVID, etc. But
Yeah.
yeah, definitely at that time it was, and it was invaluable actually to be
Mhm.
in person and listen to what people thought, what they
Yeah,
needed, and that's where I actually started to pivot, because I realized how much people needed not just products but actual proper support, advice, and
mm,
coaching and consulting. So I started doing consultancy services at that
yeah,
point, really early on in the business, and I introduced it to different brands as well, where I would go to their pop-up shops, their
mhm.
retailers pop-up shops, and do consultation to really support the customers.
Yeah,
um, yeah, so I think getting customer feedback is really important, because whilst I was initially, making the product for myself and people like me, it wasn't me that were buying the products, it was other people. So I really needed to listen to what other people were saying
yeah,
about what they needed, what they liked, and what I wanted to basically not be the brand that I was buying from, the brands that were making products for profit. I wanted to make it to really solve people's issues and transform their complete hair care experience.
absolutely love that. So we can see some of your products actually behind you. Would you want to take some down and
Yes.
show
So I've
viewers
got
what you've
I've got several products. This is probably like one of my favorites, Hugs and Kisses.
got? Love that. Yeah,
Um, Miss Me is a brilliant one as well. These ones are probably my two favorite ones, especially if someone wants to get started in terms of improving their, relationship with their hair on an ongoing basis away from the salon. Um,
yeah,
Moisturizing, hydrating. Hydrating is probably one of the main issues that I get, asked about mainly. Yeah.
I've been using that on my son's scalp. He's got a bit of dryness, and in the morning he's always like, "Mum, it's so cold," but I'm like, "Doesn't matter. Your hair's getting moisturized and hydrated." I love it. And can you tell us what are the key? I know your products have a lot of, like some brands now I've noticed they'll release a collection of products and it'll be like one ingredient throughout. But I noticed you've got different ingredients in different products. So can you tell us about your favorite ingredients then and why you
Oh my
chose?
gosh. So that's a great question. Because there's thousands, like thousands upon the thousands of ingredients, and I can't tell you like one ingredient. I've got them. It depends on what the problem is. So if you was to
Mm,
say like something for dry hair or itchy scalp, I can say specific ingredients on those core issues.
right.
But essentially, I'd probably say in terms of product, I'll probably say aloe vera.
Aloe vera. Okay.
Yeah, I'll say aloe vera in general,
Yeah.
because that is it's multi-use,
Hmm.
it's soothing, it's fresh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
My
so
mum used to use aloe vera. She used to tell me about growing up in Jamaica, like cut from the tree, split in
survival
half.
we call it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, she swore by it. Okay, amazing. So can you confirm, because this is another sticky point as well, as you
Hmm.
talk about like labeling and product descriptions, how deceptive it can be. Are your products like organic, natural? How would you classify them in that realm?
Good question. Our products are natural, all natural. You can say organic. However, some ingredients have been, like for example, not necessarily processed, but it's gone through a process to get it to the state that it's in. So
Hmm.
that there is no definition of natural or organic necessarily in the cosmetic industry. I know that sounds like what? It sounds kind of confusing. But essentially, you just need to understand that all my ingredients are 100% natural, 100% naturally derived. Is
Yeah,
the key thing.
yeah,
Um, yeah.
yeah. Brilliant. Awesome. So I want to talk about funding your brand because that's another, I think, question or query that people have when they are starting out. And like you said, there's so many of us that are at home making their own products. And I'm even recently, um, a family friend of mine has made this amazing like um, body balm, but body butter. I think that's probably the best classification for it. But just has no idea how to get started in like marketing, mass producing. Can you tell us a bit about the funding process? Because I know you've chosen the route of self-funded as
Yeah.
opposed to getting outside investment. What has that journey been like for you?
So it's been a journey.
Yeah.
I would definitely say that it's been extremely educational. I've learned so much. In terms of like offering advice around marketing or bootstrapping or funding, I would definitely say there's a reason for everything. So I think the main thing is to understand like what's your end goal. A lot of
Mm,
people, I mean, I would definitely say for me specifically, I didn't seek out, external funding in
mm,
the beginning because I was more driven about, solving the problem. I'm not saying that people who getting, funding are not during this whole problem, but I was just more focused on just helping people and going to customers directly, and just starting small, and growing from that. But I think if you're going to take investment, you just have to, I think, have experience in the space in terms of knowing the problem. You might not have any industry experience, etc., but understanding the problem is and being extremely confident that in a short space of time you can, double, triple, or even 10 times, depending on how much funding you're going for, um,
yeah.
increase the investment that you got from somebody else. However, if you are more on a discovery phase, then I wouldn't advise for you to take out money that you're not sure that you're going to, because business is a serious thing. And a lot of the time, like even just taking money from other people, it's a risk. There's a risk involved, and I suppose you just have to be confident that you can, make people their money back, because it's like it's real money, like you know. I mean, like that's why I didn't take. I've taken out loans and paid them back, but
Yeah.
taking other people's money and investing it, I've done it now in terms of I've had an intern that's come into the business, and because
Amazing.
I've given so much to them, they wanted to invest in me. So I
Yeah.
technically have, got investment from outside of me.
Yeah.
And so you can call them an angel investor, or I'll just call them part of the team at this point. So I have taken, I suppose, outside money like that, but that's someone who's truly invested in seeing the brand getting to an
Yeah.
extent. I think there's been a lot of hype around outside funding,
Yeah.
especially with VCs, and there's so much rhetoric and narratives around Black women not being invested in,
Yeah.
and people are seeing that as an opportunity to get investment, which is great. I just
Yeah.
think you just need to know what you're doing before you're taking other people's money to double in, triple in, 10
Yeah.
times in it, and
It
not,
is risk,
you
isn't
know,
it? It
yeah,
is
yeah,
very
and not
risk.
getting, you know, bogged down by the fact that other people are being invested in.
Mhm.
If you know
So
what
it's
I'm
basically, yeah, it's like everyone has got a lane, or everyone has a vision for their business, and venture capitalism might be one route, but
it's one route, and it's a
scrapping.
great route, but you have to have a specific type of business for it. And I think for
Yeah.
my business, because it's a consumer
Mm.
brand, um, you can get investment for it, but I think especially in this climate at the moment, it's
Mm.
something that is not as attractive to investors
Yeah.
unless it's already got, the business itself has got traction. So you can't, ask for funding and you haven't done anything yet. It's just an
Mhm.
idea. Like those days are actually, I believe, are gone.
Yeah.
You would have to have, a thriving business that is already making money, for
Then
you
you
to.
think, what's the point, isn't it? If you're already making money and you're on an upward trajectory, why what? But I guess, like I said, it's down to
Well, I
the
suppose it's more about, if someone's going to invest in you, they want to know they're going to get their money back. Like everyone
absolutely
can have an idea, right?
right.
So it's
Exactly
about,
that
if
proven
if
track
I
record.
pour money into this, is it going to blow up and
Yeah.
make 10 times?
Yeah.
It has to have something there
Yeah.
first in order for it. You have to have fire there
Yeah.
first for it to blow
Yeah.
up.
I can see both. I can really see the benefits of both, but I'm probably like you. I'm not. Yeah.
I
I'm
mean,
not
do you know
really
what it is? I
close to
think
this.
in this day and age, I
Yeah.
think it's probably been the most easiest to start up a business. It's been the
Okay.
most, like literally, like even now, today, I'm thinking about when I first started 11 years ago, and the things that are in place now than when it was then is
Okay.
different, and it is actually easier. And I think that's why it's so much more competitive.
Yeah.
And not only that, I think, there's so many different opportunities and reasons to spend your money. There's so many people telling you, buy this, invest in that. You need this, you need that. Like,
Right.
and so it's easy to spend money. So you can receive a lot of money, but you can also easily spend that money
Yeah.
and not see any returns or
Yeah.
growth. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And you make your it's really a paradox, because you're right. Compared to 10 years ago when social media was around, but not TikTok. TikTok, I don't think was around, was it? If it was, it
No, I
wasn't.
don't think. Maybe it might have been just starting, but I don't think it
Yeah,
was.
yeah. But that's a huge factor in what you're saying about people buying things constantly.
Yes.
Um, so yeah, so even though you're right, it's probably more channels for you to promote your brand, but because there is so many, like even me, I'm overwhelmed as soon as you. That's why I don't do TikTok that much, because as soon as you go on there, you're being bombarded
So
with things.
too.
Buy. So
Every which
my
way you look.
every which
Yeah.
way. So surely the challenge is for a business owner is, how do you get your brand to stand out from the noise? I think with you, you're fortunate because you've been going for 10 years. So I'd imagine you've got your kind of core clientele
Yeah.
who, love your products and repurchase and so forth. But for someone coming in to this space brand new, what advice would you give to them then? Would you say run for the hills, or would you say go?
No, I think I want everybody, especially if they've got experience in hair care, doing hair, making products. I think we need to get together and build together, like literally. Like
Mhm.
I think we are the ones
Mhm.
that can turn this whole industry around in terms of services and products for our community. I would not tell them to run. I would tell them, let's get together and build together.
I love that.
It brings me back actually, because when I first started, there were more people, there were a lot more brands,
It was,
and
wasn't
we
it?
did get together. We did events, and when I tell you the events that we did together, we
Yeah,
all made so much more money than we did when we were apart, like when we were
yeah,
alone, like individuals.
yeah.
And it's just the power of community.
Mm. And you're right. What happened to those events? Like you mentioned earlier, like I can't even think
I
of any
think
other.
people, I think the brands caught on that something's happening. They can see, multimillionaires being made because of the type of products we were selling to, that were missing on the market.
Direct, wasn't it? Direct to
Yeah, it
consumer.
was it
Yeah.
was the huge influx of, YouTubers, and even today
Mm.
some of the YouTubers I remember, like main the main was the main
She UK or
no, she's
US?
American. Oh
Okay.
my gosh, the
Oh, okay.
main
Yeah. May I
main
know. Yeah.
the main.
I think she's launched a brand, right? Has she launched a brand?
She's literally just launched another one, and she's launching on TikTok.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
she launched one, and she got she sold it for over to hundreds of millions of US dollars. She sold it for,
Mm.
and then there's Mael as well. They all started on YouTube. They all started
Yeah.
on social media.
Yeah. True.
And so I think the brands, the big brands that were making money, were like, oh my gosh, these people are popping up and selling. What is it that we're missing out on? So you're seeing a lot of, faceless brands directed to our market in
Mhm.
terms of black and Afro and curly hair, or you're seeing brands with a black person fronting.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have no ownership, but
Yeah.
they're promoting and selling the products. Or you have, celebrity brands. I can just reel off 5 celebrity brands at the moment that are selling products directed to us.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and how is it different? I think they're, to be fair, because of the ingredient like ban and the change of legislation, especially in
Yeah.
the UK, like the EU is so much better in terms
Yeah.
of products quality, and the ingredient technology has changed a lot from before, so it's easier to get your hands on better quality products. Um, but what else is different? There's still not that support. They're just saying buy, buy, buy. Here's product, buy, 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 kind of thing.
Exactly. Which actually leads me to my next question or point of discussion. I love
Mhm.
the fact that you, as well as having this amazing range of products, you also offer the services of having you as like your hair coach. And when you had your masterclass and your was addressing the crowd, you were saying, "Look, I can get you to buy X amount of products, but it's not about that. I really want you to have the foundation of healthy hair, so you don't have to necessarily rely on products." And that's quite a refreshing thing for a product owner to say, because most people will be like, yeah, you need X, Y, you need this, that, the other. You need an 8-step routine, but you're saying, actually, no, let's sort out your actual hair first and learn how to look after your hair and allow your hair to thrive. And then the products are almost like a little bonus.
Literally, I think essentially I'm more like I'm just a lover in general, right? So like I'm not a hater. If you wanna wear your hair however you want, you can wear wigs. If you want to wear wigs, you can wear, you can color your hair. If you want to color your hair, you can wear extensions if you want to do that as well. But the first thing you need to do is think of your health. So I focus on healthy hair care, full stop. Like that is my niche. That's my go-to. And I started a new service or club community, and it's all about just empowering you to master your own hair,
Mhm.
with guidance, with support. Um, Essentially, you will be able to get products, personalized coaching, um, masterclasses, a community to support you, and products each month. So that's what the club is. And you can start for free, just joining the community, looking at the conversations and getting support and encouragement, so that you can grow on your journey. I think that is what's been missing. I think that's what is essential, to really shift our power and our focus, so that we can support on. And this club is not just me at the helm of it. I mean, I have got really a lot of experience and qualifications to be, supporting and teaching people, but the community is also other stylists and experts that I've met along the
Okay.
way. So people get, support from everyone. It's a community, really.
Yeah.
And the
And
main
who
thing,
can people
the
find
main
out
thing
about?
is to help them confidently better understand their hair, better style their hair, and care for it, so they can
Yeah.
rock it confidently.
Yeah.
That's it.
Awesome. Awesome. And that's available via your website. How do people find
Yep.
out more on
So
how they
people
can
can go
join?
to curlybynature.com.
Hmm.
If you go curlybynature.com/pages /HHCC, which is the Healthy Hair Care Club. Or you can just go to the curlybynature.com, and at the footer you'll see the Healthy Hair Care Club. And you can join through that. And you
Yeah.
can get started for free, just by being in the community. And there's challenges that we do. We do workshops and masterclasses, sorry,
Yeah.
as well. So it's just getting active. And my goal is for you, like, to just shift and transform your healthy hair care practices, more so in collaboration with using great products, and getting access to great services and great stylists as well. So I invite everybody into the
That
community.
must
Really,
be a
that.
really I can imagine that being a real lively, lively hub. Great stuff. So, my final question, I want to learn about your long-term goals for
Mhm.
Curly by Nature and for you yourself. And because I know, as you said, it's not just the products, it's the hair club, it's all these other amazing things.
So my main long-term goal is to just support people to have healthy, have health. My main my main objective is to have people experience healthy, happy hair, so that they can
Yeah.
experience in as little time as possible, um, doing their hair. Really,
Yeah.
even if that means transforming their practices and their habits within
Hmm.
30 days. Um, my goal is at least 21 days, but I'm going to say 30 days for now.
Yeah.
Um, Completely transform their practices, so that it's something positive. It's something that is a treat. Something they look forward to. Yeah, so the focus is healthy hair care, and I also want to really. I mean, I myself, as you know, as I said to you, was um, impacted by a hairstylist who didn't have
Mhm.
the right knowledge, um, and gave me, misinformed me.
Mm.
I want to support, and change the experience of consumers, so that they can trust in proper stylists and know where to find them.
Yeah.
And then also celebrate the stylists that are good, celebrate the stylists that are that do offer proper support, celebrate the stylists and uplift them, because I think far too many times, I've come across people, with Afro and curly hair, who have had terrible experiences in the salon or even at home, and also in the salon, in the retail shop, where to go and buy products, or if they can't find products. And so I just want to really impact, and do my contribution for those different scenarios, I know it's a lot, but that's how I move. And I've been making an impact in each of those different areas, slowly but surely. But that is my, it's what I've been. I feel like this is why I'm put on earth, like
Yeah.
literally, to have a positive contribution to those spaces and change those stories.
And I know you will. I know you will absolutely do so. So, where can people find you online if they want to check out the work you do or purchase some products? I know you've mentioned the website, but in terms of your socials, which we know is where all the action happens,
Yeah, so it's
and
curlybynature.com or curly.bynature on Instagram, and then also curly by N on all the other handles. But you
okay,
can just, search curly by nature. And then also, for me personally, Clarissa MC, so it's
hmm.
KLERISSAMC, is where you can find me at.
Are you on TikTok actually?
I'm on TikTok, on both,
Okay, on
on both,
both.
yeah. Both
How
my
do you find
personal.
that? Is TikTok quite useful for you in terms of making sales and
To be fair, I haven't fully utilized it, right? As
yeah,
yeah, hopefully we can have another catch up
yeah,
but the next time we do a catch up, then I think my story will be different, because I do have plans to utilize, and I suppose put more content onto TikTok as well. And the
exciting.
content I've put on there so far has been pretty good,
I received, yeah.
in terms of reach.
Yeah, you've got such incredible knowledge and you're generous enough to share it. So
I
I
appreciate
wish you
it.
all the best. But thank you, Clarissa. That has been incredible. I'm glad we finally got to make it happen and stuff, because I think you shared so much knowledge that will be of great value to those who are listening and watching. So thank you for your time. Any final words or anything else you want to share before we go?
I would just say it's easier than you think to, achieve healthy hair. And
Okay.
if you want support, it is here for you. Just like literally just visit curlybynature.com, and you can catch me and hang out with me too.
Exactly. There you go, folks. You've heard it here. As the new year is about to start, that's probably a good resolution to implement, actually, is healthy hair. 2025 will be the year.
1,000%. I've got some challenges coming up in January. So if they
Yeah,
jump in even to the free community,
yeah,
they'll be ready to get part of that. They'll be, yeah.
yeah. Sounds good. Sounds good. Well, thank you for joining me and enjoy the rest of your day and the weekend.
Thank
Take
you
care.
so much. You too. Bye
Thank
bye.
you. Thanks for watching, everyone. Goodbye. Bye.